You do not have to go to school in order to succeed in life. Welcome to Keragreen Canada. This is David here at the Keragreen Academy in Toronto. And today I would like to share with you my personal library. I am a big reader. I love to read books. And I believe that you do not have to go to school in order to succeed in life. Everything today is available in abundance anywhere, especially in the library. So any subject you want to learn, you'll find tons of books about that subject. I personally have a library of over 500 books, and it's growing on a regular basis. I love to continue in buying books, to read them, to reread them. But personally, I drive a lot as well to do coaching in different businesses, salons, and that's why I prefer to do audio as well. So audiobooks are amazing, and I highly recommend, if you drive most of the time for your business, download the books in an audio version and listen while you drive. You can learn so much while you drive. If you drive an hour back and forth in the morning and back at night, you can learn so much within a whole year. So highly recommend. This is the top 20 books that is my top favorite. If I've missed something that you think is better or can add more value, please share it with me. But let's start. So the first book that I highly recommend, E-Myth by Michael Gerber. It's an amazing book. It's called the E-Myth. E stands for entrepreneur myth. It basically explains all the myths out there that people think of entrepreneurship. Okay, it will burst your bubble, basically, because if a lot of people think they are entrepreneur, but they're actually still physically working in their business, doing the technical job. But an entrepreneur actually thinks a little bigger. He has people working for him. He knows how to grow the business in a little more efficient way. So this will explain to you, especially if you're opening a new business, how to become a true entrepreneur. Okay, so highly recommended, the E-Myth. Next book is The Wealthy Barber. I've been a hairdresser for over 15 years, and this is something that I really resonate with. The ideas here, especially the fact that David Chilton was going to his barber and they were talking about wealth, about finances, about how to succeed in life, and he documented everything in this book. But this is a very, very inspiring book to anyone, not just hairdressers. Highly, highly recommended. The Wealthy Barber, good read, explains to you about finances and business. Next, one of my favorite books and authors, investors, Robert Kiyosaki. You probably heard of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but this guy is just inspiring. I've taken his course over 6 years ago about real estate investing here in Toronto. I paid over $40,000 to participate in this course, and every penny was worth it. The way he teaches, you will not get that anywhere else. The ideas, the methodology of teaching you how to invest in real estate, how to just succeed in life and business in general is just amazing. So, but this book, Unfair Advantages, explains to you again what they don't teach you in actual schools. So everything in here they do not teach you in school. It will teach you about finances, about success, about business. Great book, highly recommend, and read the Rich Dad Poor Dad. Very, very inspiring. Next, especially if you are in sales, The Little Red Book of Selling. Amazing, amazing book, short read, very easy to read because it's divided into like little categories and subcategories with some animation as well. I love this book because it gives you strategies. You can you can open a page and implement the actual strategy right away. Whether you're meeting a client or need to say a script or need to close a deal, everything is in here. The Little Red Book of Selling by Jeffrey Gittermore. Amazing, amazing read. He has another book called The Little Black Book of Connecting. Again, if you're working with customers, with one-on-one, your businesses with people, highly, highly recommended. So this is The Little Red Book of Selling. Next, Dale Carnegie. One of my favorite authors, amazing, amazing, amazing book. I suggest it in every single home. Give this to your children because the ideas in this book will help them, will absolutely help them in life and in business. How to win friends and influence people. The only book you need to lead you to success. This is really, really good read. Gives you ideas and methods you can implement right away in order to connect with people, to get people to like you much faster. And you know, if people don't like you or don't trust you, they won't buy from you. They won't come to get their services done with you. So highly recommend to read this book. It will change the way you think. Next, if you really, truly want to succeed in life, especially in the side of finances, in the aspect of finances, if you have a certain amount of riches you want to attain, this book is a must read. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is a book that I keep on reading and rereading over and over again because the ideas are just amazing. Any chapter you open is mind-blowing because it's things you can implement right away. Wherever you're at right now in your life, you can put it to work and it does work. So Think and Grow Rich, how to change the way you think in order to achieve the things you want. Okay, very, very good read. I highly suggest that you listen to his YouTube videos as well because on YouTube, he actually speaks. You can actually see him, and he does a lecture where he speaks about this book. It's a 9-hour lecture that I've listened to several times, and I've implemented, and I can say that personally, I doubled, tripled, and quadrupled my income since I've read this book. Okay, amazing, amazing read, highly recommended. Next, if you are in the business of, again, selling products or services, influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Very, very, very good read. A lot of information about how you can persuade people to buy your products and services in a very, very simple way. So read that book. Very, very good read. Next is a book about productivity. Especially if you're setting goals for 2020, the new year, and you want to be more productive in your life and in your business, this is a book that I highly, highly recommend by David Allen, Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity. How to basically become way more productive than you are today. You're probably wasting a lot of time on checking your emails, answering phone calls, doing little tasks that are not important, like going to do your grocery shopping. So right here we will explain how to be really productive, how to implement the things that are most important, and then do the things that are less important, or how to delegate. Amazing book, must read to anyone who's in business. Next, if you haven't heard of Gary Vaynerchuk yet, I highly, highly suggest that you follow him on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and any other social media platform that's possible, because this guy is going to blow your mind. The ideas he's teaching are, nobody else teaches this. He is the guru of social media marketing, of internet marketing. He can bring a business from 0 to 1 million just like that. So the ideas that he shares in this book actually work. I've tried it. It does work. Lots of great ideas to build your business from scratch, to do online marketing, etc. Highly recommend it. Crushing It. That's his book. He's got some other books as well, but this is an amazing read, especially for social media marketing. Next, again, going back to, if you're in business and you are with customers, your business is with clients, with people, one-on-one, I suggest that you read this book. It's called Winning Body Language. for sales professionals. So you don't have to be in sales specifically. Any business that you're in that has to do with being with clients, this is an amazing book. It will help you build trust with clients, have them like you, have them trust you. Body language that you can use by the techniques in this book to have them like you and want to buy from you. Amazing book by the author is Mark Bowden. Really good read. I highly suggest it. Next, are you a coffee drinker by any chance? Well, I am not a coffee drinker. I love tea, but the guy who invented Starbucks is a genius. His name is Howard Schultz. You probably heard of him, and this is his book, Pour Your Heart Into It. Amazing book talking about how Starbucks started. And the reason I like this book is because the ideas in here can be implemented in any business. It's just genius. The way he wrote it, the way he started the business, the way he grew it massively all over the world. Just inspiring, highly recommended. Pour Your Heart Into It by Howard Schultz. Next, again, Napoleon Hill, one of my favorites, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. This is a book it's actually two books. So there's another book. This is volume 1. But in this book, again, Napoleon Hill describes step by step 16 lessons to build yourself towards success. Things you can implement right away in any business you're in. It does not matter. Things you can implement right away. I highly suggest it. It will explode your income. I guarantee. Next, Darren Hardy, one of my favorite books, very easy to read, small book, but amazing ideas. It's called The Compound Effect. It basically explains to you how little things that you do affect the next thing that you do, and it's like a snowball effect almost. So you got to be careful on what you focus on. So here he explains to you exactly how to set the goals and achieve them very easily, especially for the new year. Highly recommended. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Next, one of my favorite, Vishen Lakhiani, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. It's a book about mindset. It's a book that will change the way you think a little bit. It will actually kill a lot of the things you've been taught in the past. It will explode, it will burst a lot of bubbles. And it will put your life, into perspective, understanding how things actually work in, business and personal life. I love this guy, Vishen. He actually is the founder of Mind Valley Academy. You can Google it. You can go on YouTube. He's got a lot of videos. He actually hosts a lot of seminars where he brings guest speakers, just like TED Talks. Very cool. They teach a lot of stuff about success, abundance, mindset, etc. Highly recommended. Next, David Schwartz, The Magic of Thinking Big. Very important to have this as part of your library, especially if you're becoming an entrepreneur or growing your business or you're stuck. Okay, this will help you expand your vision, expand the way you think. Think a little bit bigger than what you're thinking right now. And I guarantee that the goals you're setting right now are too small. You can set way higher goals than this. You're just not thinking big enough. So this book will teach you how to think big and how to achieve those big goals. Love it, implement it, and highly recommend it. Next, Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This is a great read. A lot of cursing in this book, but it's okay because he really explains why it is important to stick to your passion, to stick to what you think, to stick to your idea and not care what anybody else says. Amazing book, highly recommended. Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Next, this is a very easy read, a classic by James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. If you are in business and want to kind of change your mindset, the way you think, because whatever you think is going to be attracted to your life, whether it's good or bad. Your subconscious mind does not know, it does not differentiate between good, bad, poor or rich, abundance or lack of money. It doesn't know between healthy and sick. Whatever you put in there, it will create for you. Okay, so as a Man Thinketh will explain how the brain actually works, how your thoughts work. Amazing book. I love it. Next, one of my favorite, actually probably the most favorite speakers, motivational teachers, business and success gurus out there, Tony Robbins. Now, don't read his books. Go to his seminars. This will definitely change your life, I guarantee. I've been to many of his seminars. Actually, here in Toronto, he came several times. The energy in the seminar with Tony Robbins is completely different. He will get you to think outside of the box. He will get you to get out of your comfort zone. It's just amazing, mind-blowing. Highly recommend. Go to his seminar, read his books too. It will teach you a lot of stuff about life, about success, about living a healthier, more productive, and more fulfilling life. Check him out on YouTube, but you probably already heard of him. Tony Robbins, the Awaken the Giant Within. This is the book. Next is a book by my favorite Zig Ziglar right here, which already passed away, unfortunately. But Zig Ziglar is the #1 motivational speaker out there still. You can check out his stuff on YouTube. Very, very inspiring and motivational. See You at the Top is one of my favorite books. I read it when I was just starting out, and it actually brought me to where I am today, and it keeps on inspiring many people around the world. Check it out. The See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. And lastly, in my top 20 right here is Ask and It Is Given by Jerry and Esther Hicks. It's a very interesting book. I had it on my shelf for about 8 years now, and I haven't touched it. And one day I took a trip to Miami and I found it in my bag. And then I said, this must be a sign. The reason I never read it, it was on my shelf for 8 years, is because I felt like I was not ready for it. So when I went to Miami, I sat down by the beach and I took out this book. I started reading it. I could not stop. I finished it right there within 2 days being in Miami, and it just changed my life completely. It absolutely changed my life. Esther Hicks has a lot of YouTube videos you can watch online on YouTube that will, again, change your life. She answers a lot of questions. She does a lot of seminars, and she shares those seminars for free on YouTube. So check her out. It's a spiritual, but also not so spiritual. But it's not religious. It's not a religious book, that's for sure. But very, very recommended to help you achieve anything you want in life. Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay, so these are my top 20 for business, for success, and for mindset. So if I missed anything that you personally like, please let me know. Share it in the comments below. Share it with others. I love to read the books that probably are on your shelf and I didn't talk about. I always love to expand my library. But again, like I said, share it in the comments so other people can also benefit from it. And tell me your ideas about, what do you think about the books I just shared? Do you have any of those? Have you read any of those? Okay, so I'm an author myself. I'm writing my 3rd book now, actually, which I'm really excited about. And I mostly educate and coach hairdressers all across Canada. But the ideas, the knowledge I'm sharing in my books is for anybody in any type of business. You can implement this in any business you're in. I specifically coach hairdressers, but like I said, in the books I'm writing, ideas are just mind-blowing because, again, it's things that I've learned from successful people, implemented it in my life, it worked for me, and I like to share it with others. So I'll share about my books in a later video. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like and share it and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be sharing a lot of motivational, inspirational videos to keep you accountable, to help your business grow, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. See you soon.